afraid that men are about to learn rule number 1 of capitalism. In order to negotiate, you have to bring value. What are you going to withhold from women in any meaningful way that is going to force us to meet your conditions and demands? You know what the government's gonna do when there's too many single men? They're gonna start a war or something and send y'all to die. Have you thought about what it is you can meaningfully withhold from women in order for your movement to be effective? Because I guarantee you, in less than a month's time, tops, I promise you, everybody's gonna forget about this. You bring nothing to the table by default. Nothing. Nothing. They're gonna figure out a war to send y'all off to. I promise you that. I just feel like you guys really overestimated y'all's usefulness. Because please answer me, on a scale, on a large scale, what do most men bring to most women other than things that are negative and put their lives in danger?
Considering the fact men are the ones working all the dangerous and nasty jobs to keep society running, you would think she would have more respect for men and not say those things. When she enters her 30s, she will realize what men withhold, and I doubt she'll still talk down on men after this realization.
We have to get out of that mindset of, I'm not raising another man's seed. I read a comment where a man said that he would never raise another man's seed, meaning raise another man's child. And I'm trying to understand what's the mindset behind that. Say you meet a woman and you love her vibe, she has all the qualities that you're looking for, and she has a kid. Are you going to not date her because you don't want to raise someone else's kid? And if so, why?
I was going to tell the 4G pill bros that Drizzle Drizzle doesn't make sense.
Look, if you're broke, just say that. But no, in all seriousness, ladies, you recognize there's no way you can win this, right? That the guys are just using your own arguments. Y'all have had some real doozies. So these guys have unlimited ammo. They have an endless supply of to say to you. And the second reason is because they're using your own arguments, anytime you do defeat something they say, you're defeating your own argument. You're defeating yourself. One of the best parts about this is that y'all are getting so upset. And the men are just having the time of their lives. Do you understand how much fun men are having with this? Not just fun doing it, but having even more fun watching all of y'all melt down. Watching all of y'all lose your mind because a man has given you back that same energy. I'm sorry to say, ladies, but the soft guy era is impossible to defeat. Drizzle Drizzle.
For those who don't know, Drizzle Drizzle is satire and was created to show women the irony and hypocrisy of their arguments by mirroring what they say back at them.
A lot of y'all dudes need to stop trying to play it off and just admit it. Like, a lot of y'all dudes really do want a man. Because I be seeing, like, dudes getting online talk about how they in they soft boy era and they want to be taken care of and they want dates and they want flowers. Like, why as a man do you want somebody to spoil you? Like, as a man, it should make you feel good to provide, to do for your woman. Like,
women really hate men that know their worth. These women want men that they can control. They want men that are insecure and will do whatever they say.
Today I had to make the tough decision to break up with my girlfriend of 6 years due to a major ick. Don't get it twisted, she was a great woman. She cooked for me, she cleaned for me, she packed my lunch every day in the morning. She texted me very frequently, asking me how I was doing. But let me tell you what happened yesterday. There's these wheels I really been wanting for my car. So I texted her, I was like, hey babe, I'm about to buy these wheels. I showed her them, she texted me back, she said, I really like them, babe, you should get them. The audacity to tell me to purchase them when you know that I want them. Now that was the major ick. As a woman, as somebody who's supposed to be a supporter and a provider, why are you not sending me money for the wheels I want for my car? I shouldn't need to pay for anything. Her money is our money and my money is my money. And fellas, this just goes to show, if you're with a woman, the least she could do is pay for your car parts. When women really like you, they pay for everything. If she wanted to, she would. So on that note, I'm done settling for the bare minimum. I need a strong, independent woman to come into my life and support me and provide for me like a real woman should.
Drizzle Drizzle means I'm too broke to make it rain.
Drizzle Drizzle means I already bought these $100,000 geodes, so I know I'm good. I need you to drizzle to step up to show me you're equal. Drizzle Drizzle means I'm in my soft guy era. I'm taking my $9,000 Fujifilm camera and traveling the world to do photography. And if you can't fund that to help me start my art gallery, then you're not a good person.
Drizzle Drizzle is you. Drizzle Drizzle is the woman's movement. Drizzle Drizzle is if misogyny the mirror of misandry. And the fact that you can recognize the bad in my videos is step one in the movement. Thank you so much for your participation in calling out women for misandry. You are one of us now. And every king from entry level to Fortune 500 is going to stand up for themselves and what they deserve in 2024.
It's pretty funny that they only see a problem with their behavior when it's men mirroring it back at them. But when they do it themselves, it's perfectly acceptable.
The so-called triad wife.
Triad wife.
Are women who say they'll forego a career to be a stay-at-home wife or girlfriend and live a life of feminine leisure, like in the old days. I'm sorry, 50 years ago was not a place I ever want to be back.
Exactly.
Well, Whoopi, 50 years ago, even though there were some limitations, men were men and women were women. They were more of God. They worked hard. They didn't blame the white man for everything, and households actually had a father in them. Now, would that make you reconsider your position?
The guys that limit girls because they have kids,
no,
it's like those type of dudes.
But
It's like, you know what? Us women with kids, we know how to hustle. We're smart. We get jobs done.
You bring a man in a relationship when you have a son, you're gonna put him before your son.
Absolutely not.
There you go. Bingo.
I wouldn't imagine anything because you're not even on the caliber to date a single mother. You
ever hear a guy saying like, oh, you have a child, or oh, I don't want nothing to do with that. We don't have the means to take care of your child because they're broke bums.
Shaming men for not wanting to date you won't change their minds. Now, let's take a look at this group of ladies getting caught red-handed.
Who based their opinion on how attractive these guys are solely on looks? Okay.
All right, now what about just purely money? Did that influence any of you?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Women are attracted to men with money.
All right, how are we going to test this?
All right, so let's get a group of women and ask them to rate a man's attractiveness, but the only identifiers we give them are name and occupation.
That's great. And then we'll show the exact same pictures to another group of women, but this time changing the men's occupations with higher salaries and see if that increases their allure.
We're going to show two sets of 50 women, 12 pictures of various men, and ask them to rate the men on their attractiveness on a scale of 1 to 10.
And here we go.
Let's begin our experiment. This is Matt. He's a barista from San Francisco, California.
This is Martin, customer service retail in Oakland, California.
But in the second round, he's going to be a vascular surgeon.
Michael, a dental assistant from South San Francisco, California. Killing me.
Oh, it's getting ugly. These girls are brutal. They're not holding anything back.
Oh, don't even get me started on these motherfuckers right here.
And with the brutal beauty contest concluded, Carrie's curious to find out who found who attractive and why. And the mix of influences differs on an individual basis. There's straight-up looks, grooming, age, and entire imagined personalities.
That doesn't make sense.
He seems pretty grounded. He doesn't seem too into himself, but he doesn't seem careless as well.
How can you get that from this picture? I'm just curious.
Did a perceived lack of affluence influence the scoring?
I gave him a 4.
And how come?
I just think he's too old to have a retail job. He's a handsome guy, but it definitely lowers any attractiveness.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I gave him a 4.
With all due respect, what the f?
I would like to date someone that has more drive and determination to get farther than an entry-level position, and frankly, he can't afford to support himself.
Finance is a factor, a significant factor.
In round 1, these women gave this group of men an average score of 56 out of a possible 120.
This time, 6 of them
Introducing Scott. He's an investment banker from El Cerrito, California.
have been given more upscale hometowns and fat cat paychecks.
All right, so with a show of hands, who based their opinion on how attractive these guys are solely on looks? Okay.
All right, now what about just purely money? Did that influence any of you?
Stop the cap.
Wait, what did you say?
No, it doesn't matter because we were.
But as the crowd warms up,
He's got a great smile, his eyes giving you a contact. He says, come right here, I'm gonna have fun.
a few women indicate higher paid positions may make a difference.
You gave him a what?
An 8.
An 8. Why?
Because he's a cardiologist.
Enough said. Now, one thing that was interesting with this group is when we started asking them as a group, in public, they all seem to say money didn't matter. It'd be interesting to see what their scores were when they were writing them down in private.
So, we had 12 guys. We changed 6 of them to higher paying salaries, and that resulted in a plus 23% increase in their attractiveness score.
Confirmed.
Oh, there's a surprise.
It's confirmed. And in particular, Martin, our retail clerk turned vascular surgeon, plus 32%. And Ian, our mortgage broker turned venture capitalist, plus 76%.
Who based their opinion on how attractive these guys are solely on looks? Okay.
All right, now what about just purely money? Did that influence any of you?
Anyway, guys, make sure you subscribe to
The Modern King.
exclusive content.
If you enjoyed this video, I promise you'll enjoy this next video. I will see you there. Farewell, everyone.